Hey guys, welcome to my channel Study Blossoms. I hope you all are doing great. Guys, in the previous video, we have started the chapter number 1 of chemistry, the solid state, and we have completed the difference between crystalline and amorphous solids. So, in this video, we'll be doing the classification of crystalline solids. Crystalline solids are further divided into four: molecular solids, ionic solids, metallic solids, and covalent or network solids. Firstly, we'll talk about molecular solids. What are molecular solids? जैसे कि आप नाम से पता लगा ही सकते हैं, molecular solids वो होते हैं जिसके constituent particles molecules होते हैं and they are held by weak van der Waals forces. Van der Waals forces के बारे में हम 11th में ऑलरेडी पढ़ चुके हैं, but still I'll tell you what is van der Waals forces. It is basically a force of attraction between the molecules. It is of two types: London or dispersion forces and dipole-dipole interactions. Now let's talk about non-polar molecular solids. Non-polar means a molecule which has no separation of charge, so no positive or negative poles are formed. In other words, we can also say that the electrical charges of non-polar molecules are evenly distributed across the molecule. They share their centers equally. They are held by dispersion or London forces. What is London force and why it is called so? London forces are the weakest intermolecular forces present. It is a temporary attractive force that results when electrons in two adjacent atoms occupy positions that make the atoms form temporary dipoles. इसे हम ऐसे समझते हैं कि जब भी टेम्परेरी डाइपोल्स फॉर्म होगा तब वहाँ पर लंडन फोर्सेस प्रेजेंट होंगी. दिस फोर्स इज समटाइम्स कॉल्ड एन डाइपोल इंड्यूस्ड और डाइपोल इंटरैक्शन. नॉन पोलर मॉलिक्यूलर सॉलिड्स के एग्जाम्पल्स हैं आर्गन, CCl4 कार्बन टेट्राक्लोराइड, हाइड्रोजन, आयोडीन, कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड. These are all the examples. Now let's talk about physical nature. They are soft and insulators. They do not conduct electricity. Their melting point is very low. Their melting point is low because of the weak London forces present in them. Next up, it is polar molecular solids. Now, what are polar molecular solids? A polar molecule is basically a molecule in which one end of the molecule is slightly positive while the other end is slightly negative. When we talk about polar molecule, इसमें क्या होता है कि जो मॉलिक्यूल होता है उसका एक एंड जो होता है वो स्लाइटली पॉजिटिव होता है और दूसरा एंड नेगेटिव होता है. दे डू नॉट शेयर देयर सेंटर्स. पोलर मॉलिक्यूल्स को पोलर मॉलिक्यूल्स इसलिए कहा जाता है क्योंकि जो उसके कंस्टिट्यूएंट मॉलिक्यूल्स होते हैं उनकी इलेक्ट्रोनेगेटिविटी डिफरेंट होती है एक दूसरे से. फॉर एग्जाम्पल HCl, SO2. इट्स फिजिकल नेचर इज सॉफ्ट when it comes to electrical conductivity, so they are insulators. Their melting point is also low due to dipole-dipole interactions present in them. Now, what is dipole-dipole interactions? Forces which mediate interaction between molecules. Dipole-dipole interactions वो forces होती हैं जो एक interaction maintain करके रखती हैं between molecules. It is basically the attractive forces between the positive end of one polar molecule and negative end of other polar molecule. ये अट्रैक्टिव फोर्सेस प्रेजेंट होती हैं एक पॉजिटिव के एंड से दूसरे नेगेटिव के एंड तक. आई होप यू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू से. नाउ लेट्स टॉक अबाउट हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डेड मॉलिक्यूलर सॉलिड्स. इसमें भी आपको नाम से ही पता चल रहा है हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग मतलब इसमें जो अट्रैक्टिव फोर्स होगी वो हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग होगी. इसका एग्जाम्पल होगा H2O, आइस, Why we are taking ice? Because ice is a solid and H2O, it's a liquid form. We can't take liquid because we are talking about solids. Its physical nature is hard. Electrical conductivity, obviously it's insulator. Its melting point is low. There's one thing common in between all these molecular solids. It is their melting point is low. They are insulators and held by weak forces. Now let's come to ionic solids. आयनिक सॉलिड्स में भी हमें ये पता चल रहा है कि जो इसके कंस्टिट्यूएंट पार्टिकल्स हैं वो आयन्स हैं. इट्स कंपोज्ड ऑफ आयन्स and the attractive forces between them is Coulombic or electrostatic forces. Coulombic force is basically the force exerted by stationary objects bearing electric charge on other stationary objects bearing electric charge. एक इलेक्ट्रिकली चार्ज्ड एटम जो होता है वो दूसरे इलेक्ट्रिकली चार्ज्ड पे अपनी फोर्स लगाता है, उसे कहते हैं हम कूलम्बिक और इलेक्ट्रोस्टैटिक फोर्सेस. अगर उन दोनों के सेम साइंस हैं तो दे विल रिपेल ईच अदर एंड इफ दे आर ऑफ डिफरेंट साइंस देन दे विल अट्रैक्ट. And the strength of their force is described by Coulomb's law that you have read in physics. Its examples are NaCl common salt, MgO magnesium oxide, ZnS zinc sulfide, and CaF2. Its physical nature, it is hard but also brittle. Its electrical conductivity, it is insulators in solid state but conductors in molten state and in aqueous solutions. ये इंसुलेटर्स होते हैं जब ये अपनी सॉलिड स्टेट में होते हैं, बट जब ये अपनी मोल्टन स्टेट में आ जाते हैं या फिर इन्हें हम किसी एक्वस सोल्यूशन में डालते हैं, देन दे बिहेव लाइक कंडक्टर्स. इट्स मेल्टिंग पॉइंट इज हाई. दिस इज ऑल अबाउट द आयनिक सॉलिड्स. नाउ लेट्स टॉक अबाउट मेटालिक सॉलिड्स. Metallic solids constituent particles are positive ions in a sea of delocalized electrons. जो metal होता है, it is held together by these delocalized electrons and the positive ions together. Attractive forces between them is metallic bonding, as you can learn it by the name itself. Its examples are iron, copper, silver, magnesium. All these are the examples of metallic solids. Physical nature, hard but malleable and ductile also. Electrical conductivity, conductors in solid state as well as in molten state. In both these states, it's conductor only. When it comes to melting point, it is fairly high because of the metallic bonding present in them. Last but not the least, covalent or network solids. Covalent solids are the solids held together by strong covalent bondings. Its constituent particles are the atoms. Its examples are SiO2, quartz, SiC, C carbon, diamond, AIN, C graphite. These are all the examples of covalent or network solids. Its physical nature is hard, but in chemistry there are a lot of exceptions. And here in this case the exception is graphite. Graphite is soft and as well as a conductor. Although all the covalent and network solids are the insulators, but graphite is not a insulator, it's a conductor. Its melting point is extremely very high due to covalent bonding present between them. So guys, that's all for today. I hope you understood the concept and liked my video. And if so, then do like, comment, share and subscribe my channel Study Blossoms. Thank you for watching. Stay home, stay safe.